and welcome to Thinking Differently. Acting being the ADHD Online Congress for Women and Mothers. Today's interview is with Monika Föhner. Monika, you're a kinesiologist and kinflex therapist. A very warm welcome. Lovely to have you here. Could you tell us briefly how you got started, what this career means to you?
As a kinesiologist and an expert in ADHD children, I had a lot of tools for my clients. But it was more like putting the cart before the horse. First detoxify, then check the food for allergens, then improve the sleeping arrangements, remove electrosmog, consider geopathic stress, check for kinesiology. What's preventing the child from reaching their potential, from finding their divine nature, appealing to the universe, rebuilding self-confidence, all the things that parents can modify as building blocks around their child. My approach was more like, come on, let's just do everything on the outside that bothers the child so much and gets them out of control, and eliminate that. However, that would have been an approximately year-long program, very, very exhausting, many appointments with the naturopath. Adjusting food is something really mean for children. So when it comes down to it, they're no longer allowed to eat gluten. These are all really exhausting things and really drastic for the family. And then I went by chance because my two children are also diagnosed with ADHD. So at least one and the other, I didn't want to know anymore. I knew, okay, I've done all this with my children and with customers, and it's still stuck somewhere. And for me, the universe always guides me to the right places at the right time. And at some point, if I don't want to hear it, then it just sends me there 3 times. And so suddenly there were contacts with me on Facebook, friends who'd always told me about kinflex. They go there, how does kinesiological testing work now? How do you do that? Can't you explain it to me? And then I thought to myself, reflexes and kinesiology, cool combo. We'd done reflexes very often, nothing helped, but I knew instinctively this is it, this must be it. And I didn't care how much it cost. It was clear to me that I had to learn this, and this application process went quite quickly. And before I knew it, I had my place, and then it started. And that was such a miracle journey. All of a sudden, I learned that it's much easier. You don't have to change all that anymore. You don't have to turn the whole family upside down and bring so much suffering to this family because the child is not allowed to eat what he wants and because the whole bedroom has to be remodeled. But it can also be really easy, and I applied it to my family and myself immediately. And then it was really perfect. And it was only good before. It was so good that hardcore ADHD medication would have been needed otherwise. But then it was just suddenly my child really sat on his butt for 5 or 6 hours and did his things at school and complained at some point that his butt hurt. I realized perhaps you need a pillow to make it more comfortable. And oh my God, you really have been sitting here for 5 or 6 hours? Yeah, I've never experienced anything like it. Or, oh, I'm looking forward to school. And things like that, or not getting all fired up all the time. And those were just things where I said, wow, that really works, doesn't it? Massive. What I also discovered was how much I have wronged my children. When I checked my children's reflexes, I suddenly had it in black and white what they couldn't do. And I always thought, my child wants to annoy me. My child is stupid. Or other bad things that are planted in your head. Maybe they just don't feel like doing it. But then I saw in black and white, they simply couldn't. They couldn't do all those things. And then you just think, what have I been doing for the last 10 years? Such a pity.
Yes, I am completely with you. This pressure of suffering that simply prevails in so many mothers when it comes to their children, always weighing down from outside. And you must do this, and your child must do that, and your child is bad, your child is malicious, your child can't do it, they don't want to, you have failed. As a mother, you get to hear you didn't raise your child properly.
And then at some point you pass the pressure onto the children, and you know full well that it is wrong. But as a mother, you also break down at some point. You can't keep it all away. And then there is nowhere good for the child anymore. So, not at school anyway, not on the doorstep, and not at home anymore. And that's not how children should grow up.
Yes, thank you for sharing these emotions that are just fucking there.